Okay, but first, I want you to know I came out with a guide to help you communicate better with your teenagers. It's a quick, easy read. I put in there 5 questions that you can ask your teen today to get them talking so they open up and share with you and tell you what's going on, and you can become their go-to person, which I think we all want, right? We want to help them be the best version of themselves. So you guys should check out the guide. It's an easy read, be so helpful. Put a heart in the comments or DM me, hey, send me the guide, and I'd be happy to send it to you. Okay, so for what's appropriate discipline? I get this question a lot. What about boundaries? How does that work? And so I thought what I do is give you an example from a client conversation today and what we coached on, so you can integrate this into your home. So my client came to the call and said her daughter, who's a junior in high school, has a new boyfriend, and she's like obsessed with him and wants to spend all this time with him. So it was Sunday, and her daughter said to her, Mom, can I borrow the car to go visit my boyfriend? And so, of course, my client was thinking like, oh my God, did she get her homework done? Did she study for her tests? Right? So she asked that. And then all of a sudden, her daughter is arguing with her. I know, I got my homework done. You don't need to be in my business, yada, da, da, da. And then her daughter asks her, how many hours can I go? And her mom, my client, naturally responded, right? We get asked a question, we tend to respond. That's the way normal conversation goes. So her mom's calculating in her head and thinking like, okay, I'm going to do 4 hours. That seems super generous. It's Sunday. She's supposed to be doing her responsibilities, but we're going to try to compromise here. So her mom's like, how about 4 hours? And I was like, 4 hours? Mom, that's not enough time, right? Boom. The argument kicks off. She's like, well, what time can I leave? And her mom's like, how about 4? 4? That's, I want to leave at 3. And then, that turns into a conversation about what time do I have to leave there and come home? And she's like, how about 8 o'clock? 8, that's not enough time, right? You can imagine. I don't need to say more. I'm sure this happens in your home as well as it did in mine and every other home around who has teenagers. So the critical thing here, and what I want you to do, is don't answer their question when they ask you. Or better yet, answer their question with a question. Ask your kid how many hours they think is a good amount to spend with their boyfriend. Ask them what time they want to leave. Ask them what time they can be home by. Now, I know this is a little scary because it feels like you're letting go of control and you're letting your kid make all the decisions. But all I'm suggesting here is to ask them so that at least you know what they're going to say. Like they might say a time that is perfectly fine for you. And then boom, you're done. And you didn't have to be the police officer or the bad guy or the rule enforcer, because the amount of time they wanted to go is okay with you. So start there. And if it's not, I'm not saying to be permissive and let them do whatever they want. This was a big concern of my clients. But it's my job as a parent to set these boundaries. It's like, well, yes. And we're first going to start with letting our kid make a suggestion. So if they make a suggestion that you can't, doesn't resonate with you, it's too much time or whatever, I then want you to have a negotiation, have a compromise. Say, you know what, I was really thinking 2 hours was plenty of time. How about we compromise at 3 hours? But all of a sudden, notice you've taken the conversation from you telling them what they can do and them feeling like you're trying to control me, and they start arguing with you because whatever you say is not enough. So instead, with this approach, you either what they say you might agree with, or you have like leverage of a negotiation, right? If they want 4 hours, you want two, you can negotiate to 3 hours and say, let's try this time and see how it goes. Okay, so I teach this framework to my clients called agreements and boundaries. And it's a way to take you out of the traditional paradigm of appropriate discipline, rules, rewards, punishments, which is all we all know. It's all what we grew up with. But if you want the arguments to subside, you guys got to try this. I'm telling you, it works like wonders. I also want you, and here's the boundaries part, I want you to add at the end of the conversation your boundary. And a boundary is what you are going to do if the agreement is broken, not how you're going to punish your kid, right? We want to get out of this discipline and punishment because that doesn't teach them and it makes them feel like you're disappointed in them and ashamed of them. And that doesn't help them learn and grow. It just creates shame inside of them. We want to help them learn and grow, right? Help them learn to problem solve. Whereas boundaries, they protect your relationship, they protect your child, they come from a place of leadership. So, for example, in the story that I was just telling you with my client, at the end of the agreement, when you decide, let's say you decide it's 3 hours, right? And you can say, hey, listen, I'm sure you're going to stick to the agreement. I believe that you will, but in the event that you don't, the next time you want to go to your boyfriend's, I'm going to drive you and pick you up. That's it. That is a boundary. That's what you're going to do if the agreement is broken. And notice like the way I said it was telling them like, I believe you're capable. I know that, I believe that you can come in at the agreed upon time. But in the event that you don't, I'm going to drive you and pick you up next time. So notice it puts all the control back in their hands, right? They've come to an agreement, and if they stick to the agreement, they get to use the car. So this is an example of a framework of agreements and boundaries. And the point in doing this is to stop, it stops the arguments, or at least it gets it to subside in a way that you still have your parenting leadership and authority in the relationship, right? So it's not permissive parenting where we're just letting them do whatever they want, but we're approaching it like they are another human being that we're going to have a negotiation with, and we're going to try it for a week and see how it works. Yeah, so that's what I have for you today. Agreements and boundaries. If you want to learn more, feel free to book a parenting breakthrough call with me, and you can bring to me exactly what's going on in your home, and you will walk away with at least one strategy that you can do today to help make your life better. And also, I'll provide you like a plan and a framework of things that you can do so that you have the relationship you want with your child. All right, that's what I have for you today. Put in the comments, remember, put a heart in the comments if you want that parenting guide of 5 questions you can ask your teen today. And also, if you have any questions about what I just talked about, put that in the comments as well. And hopefully next week, I'll be back on track at 10 o'clock Pacific time. But for the meantime, I hope you guys have a great weekend and do something for yourself. Please, even if it's 5 minutes, do a little self-care. And even if it's 5 minutes, try to find one little way you can connect with your child, right? Cook dinner together, bake some cookies, listen to a song, watch their favorite YouTube video. Try to look for one thing that your child likes to do that you can connect on. All right, have a great weekend. Sending lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.